Hello beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. This topic is hot and it affects thousands if not millions of Africans, especially Nigerians. The United States is reportedly considering visa restriction on Nigeria and 24 other African nations over immigration concern. Yes, you heard what I said, you heard it right, visa ban. Let's talk about it, okay? Now imagine this, you sold land in Ogun State, borrowed from family, book high health, and just when it's time to go, the US says access denied. That's the kind of outbreak we are trying to avoid, okay? What's really going on? So what's the gist? Report says the United States is weighing the possibility of restricting visa access to Nigeria and 24 other African countries due to issues with immigration, particularly people overstaying visas or violating conditions. Now before you start panicking, this is still under consideration, okay? Not finalized. But the fact that it is even being discussed, that's a major red flag. And let's be honest, this is not the first time something like this is happening. We saw something similar in 2020 when the Trump administration placed visa restriction on Nigerians, especially for immigrant visas. So yeah, this is real, not social media rumor. It's serious. So why is US considering the ban? The US government has, they've been tracking data that shows a high rate of visa overstays from certain countries. Unfortunately, many African nations, including Nigeria, have a high number of citizens who enter US legally, maybe for tourism, business, or study, and just don't return when their visa expires. Now, here's the key thing. The US feels that some governments are not doing enough to help track or reduce this behavior. So instead of going after individual people, they are threatening to punish entire countries. Is it fair? Not really, but it's politics, and in international relations, perception is everything. And here are some of the reasons cited: overstaying visa term, weak government cooperation with deportation, security risk tied to undocumented migrants, increase in asylum seekers without proper documentation. To them, it's not just about illegal stay, it's also about risk and security. So now, who could be affected? If this visa ban is imposed, the people most likely to feel the heat includes one, students planning to study in the US. Another is tourists and first-time visitors. Another one is people attending conferences or business meetings. Then the fourth people that might be affected of it is the families trying to reunite with relatives or in the US. Healthcare workers with pending job offers, they will be affected as well. Then skilled professionals applying for H1B, O1 or other work visas. Basically, anyone without a green card or dual citizenship could face hurdles. And for Nigerians who are already in the US, this might make your adjustment of status or renewal applications more difficult if your home country is now seen as high risk. So lesson learned from the past. Let's rewind a bit. In 2020, Nigeria was placed on a list of countries with restrictions for immigrant visas, especially permanent residency. It didn't stop all travel, but it made many types of visas harder to get. During that time, people with fully funded scholarships or job offers were still denied. Some lessons we learned: having money is not enough. Even the rich were denied. Processing times doubled or tripled. Visa officers became more stricter. Interview slots were harder to book. So if history repeats itself, we can expect another wave of delays, rejections, and frustrations. Let's talk about the average, Naija hustler. You've probably been, saving money for years. You've paid for West evaluation, you've booked high health, you've written SOP, maybe even sold property. Yes. Now imagine waking up, to see your dream country saying no entry for now. This will affect Japa hopefuls who are planning to relocate through study or skilled migration, parents trying to visit their kids or attend graduation, small business owners who travel for supplies or trade shows, tech bros and health workers applying for jobs overseas, and for those who are already bought from for DV lottery or paid agents to process US work visa. This can pause your entire plan. In short, it affects both the dreamer and the doers. How you can prepare. Now, panic is not a strategy. Let's talk about real steps you can take. The first one is diversify your options. Don't put all your eggs in the US basket. Look at countries like Canada, Germany, Finland, the UK, and even places like Chile or Mauritius. Many countries have open arms, for skilled Africans. The second thing you can do is get dual citizenship if you can. If you have the opportunity to get a second passport through ancestry, through marriage or investment, do it. It gives you more flexibility. The third thing you can do is check your visa history. If you have overstayed in the past or violated visa rules, it's time to fix things legally or avoid applying from a high-risk country. Then the fourth thing is keep your documents clean. Stay ready with your bank statement, SOPs, ties to Nigeria, and proof of return. The process might get stricter and you need to be solid. And the fifth thing you can do is stay updated. This is not the time to be offline. Follow trusted immigration pages, subscribe to embassy alerts, and stay informed. If policy changes happen, the first to know often have the best chances to adjust. So let's keep it real, sis. The news is heavy and it's okay to feel a bit discouraged. But here's the truth. Being African is not a crime. Being Nigerian is not a crime. We are a brilliant, hardworking people. But sadly, immigration policies don't always see that. They look at, statistics, not humanity. That's why it is important to be wise, flexible, and forward-thinking. Don't let any country determine your destiny, okay? If one door closes, we pray, plan, and pivot. And if you are already in the US or planning to go, now is the best time. Now is the time to get your paperwork tight. Don't overstay, don't lie in interviews, and don't rely on fake agents. The system is watching. They are really watching, and things are tightening, okay? If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, comment, and share. Let's help more people avoid costly mistakes, okay? And hey, let me know in the comments if this news has affected your travel plans or someone okay? So till next time, stay wise, stay woke, and stay winning. Bye for now.